Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, November 23rd. And as we look at the markets here, we're taking a little bit of a pause. Little
BGNE, Beijing launching proposed
bit of divergence in those in the markets, but overall, very, very quiet here as we go into the morning. Not the um, the Qs are looking red again today, and that's where we saw a lot of our red come in yesterday as well. We came back here on the futures and tapped the 20. We'll see what that transpires over into the SPY today, but taking a little bit of a break after hitting all-time highs right at the open for some of the indexes. Again, not a huge surprise. We actually had some pretty decent volume yesterday as well, and we will watch here and see what our volume looks like today. With tomorrow being the day before Thanksgiving, I would assume typically tomorrow is a very, very quiet day, and we should have lighter volume today as well. We are open on Friday, or the market is open on Friday until 1 p.m. And that day, the Friday as well, will be pretty quiet. So we are going to not be here in the room on Friday. I'm going to take it off and get my house decorated and whatnot. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Okay, so taking a quick look here, the Dow futures are up just a little bit. The S&P futures are barely down a little bit. The NASDAQ is down a little bit more, and then the Russell is down just a smidge. So pretty flat overall going into today. We have the Powell news, so that we got out of the way yesterday. So we'll see if there's anything exciting today. Just seems like it's going to be kind of a quiet week, though, and that's okay. We could use it. All right, let's hop into a few names because, as I said, with the Qs not doing well, we have a pretty big tick up in healthcare names. And basic materials, consumer cyclicals are still at the top of that sector rotation list. So we're going to look at a few of those, but I do have just a couple tech names to look at for you. And I'm going to go ahead and hop and take a look at those now. STX, this is one that I've talked about here a few times. I really do like just the consolidation, and it's continuing that here this morning as we go into the open. It's trading just above 101. I like these in the January 100s are the ones I'm going to watch. Actually had pretty decent volume yesterday, all things considered, and we've taken the nice move up. We came back. We're hanging around this fib line. I really do like this for about over the 105. So we'll look at the 100s and the 105s there in the January options. Applied materials here. Applied materials. The chip sector had been very, very hot there for a while. Applied materials, we're looking for a good reversal in this. We have our earnings now out of the way. We took that leg down and used that 20 for some support. We're just a smidge below it. But coming into it today, we are turning right back around to test that 20. I like this on a reversal. Two ways you can take that is either up through the low of yesterday's candle. Personally, I would wait for the 20. And a move above the 20 and a hold above that 20 is where I like aim at, and I like it at the 150. Well, on the news yesterday about Powell, we saw a nice bump in several names in the financial sector, so take a look around. But I chose Morgan Stanley here. So I think most people would look at me and say, what the heck? Why would you choose that one, given the fact that it's below all the moving averages? Well, we touched those moving averages and we retraced. I like it on the move above that 20 and 50 merger. Really good look there. And on that move, we'll bring the 3 up over the 8. We're up those moving averages in a nice tight squeeze here and looking for a move to the upside. And on that news yesterday with the financials, we did build a little bit of extra volume in a lot of financial names. So I like Morgan Stanley MS at 100. The other sector catching a lot of attention was the basics. So here we are. We talked about new yesterday. It just took off right off without us. Pulled back in just a smidge there and hung out at the fib line before the close. And so now I would look at this. Notice this line we have here just above the fib line. That'll kind of bring us up across the top of a little bit of resistance. But it's really through the close yesterday that I like this for a move on all the way up to about 123.75. in NUE, Nucor, and I like these for the January 125s. Again, the sector is doing well, so until we get a rotation out of it, those several of these plays will look pretty good. Alcoa is another one. Nice tight moving averages. I like this for anything above the 50, and I like these at the 50 strike. So anything above the 50 at the 50 strike, and we would like to see it hold there. Initial target there, 51.88, and then I would actually move my second target up to about 50, just shy of $54 on AA. Well, here's one that hasn't been in the list in a while, but X. I know, X has been kind of a mess for a long time. It just feels like it's a really hard trader. What I like about it here is we came right up and we tested through that point of control area, resting just above the 50, just above the 20. So again, I like this through the high of, or not, the close of yesterday, which is 25.57. And then for the push through, and the next resistance sitting here just about 26.80. And X, in those I like the 26 strike out in January. And lastly, can't not talk about Tesla. So Tesla, quite a wild ride yesterday. You can see it has this really big long, I think it's really not a doji candle, this long leg, long wick candle after making a very nice thoughtful move up. We're actually moving up again here this morning. So we'll keep these fib lines on here. You know, when you play this, you really have to decide if you're going to take like an opening range break, maybe an inside candle or a moving average crossover, whatever it is, whatever suits your fancy. When you do play it, if it goes against you, you got to be really careful because Tesla can turn around and, as Mark says, rip your face off without a care in the world. And we don't want that, right? But Tesla is continuing on here. Watch the rest of those EV names too. Some of them started to turn around yesterday, but keep an eye on those. There is a gap here that has a little bit left to fill on Tesla. It's just a smidge left there to fill. So we'll look for that gap fill. I like this. And I said this yesterday as well, I like this for the move to the 12-13 area, and we came pretty darn close to it, so we'll keep an eye on that. But Tesla still looking good here, and it is moving this morning. Let me just see where it's sitting. At 1174, so nice little open candle. There is a monthly pivot, just be aware, at 1233. So just shy of this high at 1243. So $10 in this is really nothing. This is the move yesterday, 127%. But keep in mind, this thing moves, you know, more than $50 in a day, like nobody's business. So it's a pretty pricey stock, so that makes sense. And then last one I want to touch on here is Amazon. Looking for a reversal in this back up above the 8. Some big selling, but as we go into Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I might catch a little love here, and I would watch for a reversal on that. Yesterday we saw reversals play out, continue in the travel space, so take a look there at you know, the different airlines and hotels and things like that. Those are continuing to perform as well. Okay, that is it for me this morning. If you have any questions, let me know. Heather C at GivingTreeTrading.com. Otherwise, I look forward to trading with you in the trade room.